Right back at you like we never left. Right here, Tailgate Talk, week 2. We're right back here, Boston the Sauce Show, every Saturday, 8:30. Make sure you come hang out. Hit us on Who-Bangin Sports Talk on YouTube. That's Who Dash Banging, and you'll see everything come up. Subscribe, hit the notification, all of that stuff. But my guy, Wine Time. What a great season we got going so far. Week 2. How are you feeling? What do you think about this week, man?
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. We already mentioned on week 1 was a good week. Good get started. Ready to get started with week 2 though.
Yeah, week two is a different animal. A lot of things can happen on teams for week 1. You can't forget the same thing that we seen is the same thing the coach is seeing. To work on those things coming into the next week. So week 2 is kind of tricky. So I advise everybody to tread lightly and go for what you know. But you ready to jump on in it?
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
Okay, Tailgate Talks, you are in the spotlight. Let's go. Game number 1 right here. BYU SMU going down Friday, 4 p.m. on the West. SMU's a big 10.5 favorite. The over under is 55.5. I mean, what can you say about this game? I say that BYU is like an all-purpose team. They can play a little bit of anywhere from their travels that they had back in the day, and they still carry those values. SMU, on the other hand, kind of stumbled in game 1-1 against Nevada. That was good. Nevada proved that they were good. So might be a chance for them to open up, or BYU might, they do a lot of discipline over there. We talk about discipline. BYU may be able to cover that 10.5. Now, Wine Time, is this going to be a bet it or forget it for you, big dog?
Honestly, this is a tough matchup right here. We look at SMU; they struggled big time in the first week. You mentioned against Nevada. Nevada proved that they're actually a pretty good team. SMU coming in here as now a minus 11.5, open up at a minus 10.5. I'm definitely leaning towards the SMU side. I think this is a side that you stay away from though, because I definitely think BYU can stay in this game. It's a big spread to cover for SMU. I do anticipate them to win this game outright. 11 points, 12 points, a little bit too much to ask for if you ask me, though. So I'm going to say forget it.
Forget about it. I respect that 100%. Which brings me to this next game right here. Now, this game right here is kind of neither here nor there. There were no true indicators for either team in week 1 with Duke or Northwestern. Even if you thoroughly watch those games, there's very few stuff you can pick up on. Both games look like a week 1 game of getting back organized and getting on the same page. So coming into this Friday, 6 p.m. on the West, Northwestern minus 2.5. The over under is 36.5. The books know something with 36.5. So I don't know. This could be the bookie special. What do you think about this one, Wine Time?
Yeah, boss, this is something I was actually looking at yesterday morning, right when I woke up. I wish I would have gotten in on this game right when it came out. Opened up at a 41.5, dropped to a 38.5. I actually ended up getting into it when it was a 38, went all the way down to a 36. It's back up to a 37 right now. This total is going everywhere right now, guys. The biggest thing with me, though, is both of these teams are more of a defensive side of football. You look at Manny Diaz getting hired by Duke. This guy's a defensive mind. You look what he did with Penn State last year on the defensive side of the ball. The guy knows what he's doing. Not so much as a head coach. I'm not going to lie. I'm not so behind this guy when he's a head coach, but I do believe in what the defense he brings out there every single week. You look at this win total, guys. I actually gave this out yesterday at an under 38 on Twitter. Wind's going to be expected to 12 to 18 miles per hour. And it's at a lakefront out there at Ryan Field. It's about 12,000 people out there. Take the under in this, guys. Whatever the under you can get at, just take the under. It's the lowest total. It's one of the lower totals on the board for a reason. Take the under.
So is that a bet it or forget it for you?
No, it's a bet it. I already bet it. So take the bet it.
There it is now. Sometimes you got to listen to what the book is trying to tell you. They're trying to lead you to the money, but you want to be a smart guy and go around. Now to one of the more premier games on the board. So I need you to put your best response on you can to this one, man. Texas, Ewers, Manning's waiting behind them. Michigan didn't really look very well coming out, but defense still looks solid. Offense could use some work. Defense wins games. Here we go. Big game, week 2, Saturday, 9 a.m. Michigan minus 7.5. The over and under is 42.5. I'm not sure if that is the correct spread right there. Is that right?
It is actually. It's down to a 42.5 right now. Yeah, it is.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Something just looks a little fishy about that. Maybe the wrong team is favored in this one. I have a lot of respect for Texas, but I think Texas will slip up, even though a lot of people think they're gonna go very far. That's just the type of game they play. But Michigan, this could expose them if they don't follow through in this spot right here. Is this a bet it or forget it for you, Weinstein?
Honestly, this is a bet it. If you look at me, both these two teams, you look at Michigan, one of the best red zone defense we've seen in the last couple of years in college football. In my opinion, they do have the best red zone defense in college football. You look at Texas, man, where do they struggle? In the red zone. Exactly, in the red zone. They really benefit off these big plays from their playmakers. Quentin Ewers getting into his receivers for 40, 50 yards plus. This is an explosive offense. These guys don't dip and dunk. They take what they can get, and they take those big plays. And if they don't get those big plays, they usually have to punt it or kick a field goal. So which leads me to an under in this spot, guys. Got the under 44 yesterday. I think these two teams play to the under. I think Michigan, with their red zone defense, they're going to be able to hold Texas when they get down there into the red zone to field goals. Michigan, on the other hand, they didn't look too impressive against Fresno State. They won 30-10. Seemed very much of a very closer game, though, if you ask me. Fresno State struggled big time in the red zone. Mikey Keene was able to get the ball down there, but when he got the ball in the red zone, just couldn't find a way to capitalize, couldn't make their field goals or throwing pick sixes to Will Johnson, one of the better cornerbacks in college football for Michigan. I just think both of these teams play to the under, and if you're going to give me anything over a 41, I'm going to take the under, so give me the under 42.5.
Hey, well, shout out to all of our fans out there that kind of keep us in check. Yes, there is an error on here. Texas is favored minus 7.5. Um, Last week they caught us slipping with the USC LSU game. Wine time. Me and you did that tailgate talk, and we said LSU is a home team, and they took it as we didn't know that they were playing at an offsite. But we knew that stuff, man. We cappers, man. So being us capping games and then actually being on the show trying to regurgitate for the people, sometimes it takes a lot. But yes, there is an error on this one. Texas is minus 7.5. The over under is correct at 42.5. So bet it or forget it. It's gonna be a bet it for you.
Yes, sir. Bet it under 42.
Now, this next game is one I just kind of pulled out of my pocket right here because Troy coming off a loss to Nevada, which Nevada was really supposed to be dead last in the Mountain West. But with the coach Jeff Choke, however you say his name, I said I would chop it up for the season. But looks like he's a pretty good coach, and he's been able to keep them in the right direction. The defense looks strong, and the offense looked good. So maybe Troy played a quality opponent, but they come to see Memphis. Now, inside information, Memphis now in conjunction with FedEx, because FedEx is out of Memphis, and they're helping put up some of the money for the NIL deal. That's why they're at a whopping 18.5. The over and under is at 57.5. And this is Saturday at 9 o'clock as well. So do you think this NIL Memphis thing is the real deal? And this is a good spot to capitalize on a Troy team who could be backsliding?
Yeah, this is a tough matchup right here. Seeing Memphis minus 18.5, haven't seen that in a while against a quality opponent like Troy, I'm not saying Troy's a super well-known program or anything like that. I don't know too much about these two programs, to be honest with you. I did see that Nevada got their win against Troy. Memphis blew out their team 40-0. I mean, maybe the odds makers know something that we don't know yet, that Memphis is the real deal with this NIL money and that they can blow these guys out by 20 plus points. I'm going to say forget it though.
Forget about it. Now, on to our last game for you, Wine Time. Now, this was the primetime team last year, last week, Colorado, where they couldn't cover in that game. Colorado didn't look very well. On the other hand, Matt Rule at Nebraska looks like he may be working this train in the right direction. They're coming into the Corn Huckster's house. And here's another error. Nebraska minus 7.5 in this one at home Saturday, 4:30 p.m. on the West. The over/under is sitting at a whopping 58. Now, I didn't see anything that I could say I liked about Colorado. Is this a bet it spot or forget it spot with this hot Nebraska team?
You know what, boss? This is a tough matchup right here, man. You look at Colorado last week. You know they really capitalized on the big plays from Travis Hunter on the offensive side of the football and Shedeur Sanders. Other than that, they didn't really get anything going. They didn't look horrible on defense. You know they had some discipline penalties that cost them a couple flags and cost them some yards that ended up leading into points. Don't get me wrong, but you know Colorado actually did look pretty solid on defense. You look at Nebraska, they bring in this 5-star freshman quarterback, played really well in week 1. They blew out their team. Nebraska, man, they lost to these guys last year in Colorado, I believe, and now they're playing at home in Nebraska. This is a big revenge game, I think, for Matt Rule in Nebraska. I know Colorado needs to win this game. They really want to win this game, and they have the talent to win this game. Let's not get anything wrong about that. I definitely think they have the power to win this game, but, you know, I think the odds are telling us something for a reason. 7.5. I think Nebraska beats these guys and beats these guys handedly. Other than the big plays by Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, they didn't really have anything going. They didn't have anything going in the run game. You know, their offensive line looked a little bit improved against North Dakota State. But again, I expect Nebraska to play conservative and to play discipline and to run the ball and to keep Shedeur Sanders. If you keep Shedeur Sanders off the field, I think you have a chance to beat him at any game at any point. So with that being said, I have nothing in this game. I'm going to say forget it for right now. Be on the lookout though before Saturday. I might have to get it on Nebraska.
Oh, it's kind of a maybe. Well, me, I say bet it. I didn't see anything in the trenches that impressed me at all, and that could be a problem down the stretch for Colorado. Early, late, it don't matter. But this is a forget it for my game. Well, that's it right there for this week's Tailgate Talk, man. Let the people know where to find you, Wine Time. Definitely come find us at Who-Bangin on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the notification, and comment on our shows. Let us know how you feel. If it's something you want us to discuss, whatever, let us know. DM us, whatever you need to do, and we'll get back with you. Wine Time, what you got for them?
Yeah, man. Let us know, guys, what you guys want us to talk about. You know, catch us every Saturday morning, Boston the Sauce Show, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be breaking down all the college football games before they start. Make sure to check us out, guys. Hit the like button, hit the comments, man. You guys want us to talk about anything you want us to talk about, let us know, and we'll talk about it. Appreciate you guys for watching, as always.
Hey, all the time. Another great show, Wine Time. I'll see you next week on Tailgate Talks, and we out. The Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show. Here we go.
The Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show.
Boston the Sauce Show. Here we go.